Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to Captive Minecraft. In the last episode, we were working on, what were we doing? I don't quite remember, I'll be honest. We were doing some stuff. We were exploring the caves down below. That's right. We've gotten a lot of advancements. They're advancements. I will do that every time. We've gotten a lot of advancements recently, and that made areas down below a little bit more dangerous. So we went exploring in the caves, and didn't really find much of anything. But we've also been working on getting a bunch of food prepared and eaten, and we have another one to do today. So in a bowl with some mushrooms goes a flour, and we get suspicious stew. Now this is the saturation one, because why wouldn't I do that? And that is yet another food off the list. So the only foods we have left to eat are the 2 golden apples, all the potato stuff, all the rabbit stuff, and then chorus fruit, if my list is correct. So we're getting close. So between episodes, I haven't done too much with the animals yet. I think one of our turtles hatched, but I did make this little pen for some axolotls. So we'll get these guys in here, and they should be stuck in this area. I don't think they can jump. Like, they can get out of the water if they want, but they can't, like, go anywhere. So we're gonna breed them up here in just a second. We have some tropical fish spawn eggs, and so let's go ahead and do this. It is raining. I also, by the way, cleared out a lot of land. I had a creeper explode on me as well, so I'm considering, I don't know if I will or not, but I'm considering getting a mod that's more of a utility, because this is technically modded. This is a vanilla map, but I do have a better advancements mod. I might put one that will tell me the light levels and where things can spawn, just for my convenience. Nothing else. It won't affect gameplay or anything like that. Nothing that I'll do will ever affect gameplay like that. That's cheating. But to have something that weird. To have something that just like tells you that the light levels are too high, I think there are even just resource packs that do that. But anyways, let's spawn in some tropical fish, and we just got some ocelots. Alright, don't know what to do with those. I don't think they will hurt the turtle. There is something that hunts turtles, I think. I don't remember, but the ocelots should be fine. Honestly, if the turtle dies up here, I don't really care. But we need 2 buckets of tropical fish, so that we can breed the axolotls. But yeah, that's why the doors are here, for the record, is because I had a creeper sneak up on me. That was not fun. So you get one, and you... I'm a little upset. I missed. And now we need to get... luckily I have plenty of tropical fish. That's why I was doing this out here. I believe it is the yellow one. Alright. Are you guys... No. Okay. Let's get 2 new ones, and let's just do this. So I'm unfortunately using all the tropical fish eggs that I have. That is a weird statement. But I don't really care. We don't have a use for these like otherwise. So we just need to get 1 axolotl bred up. So I did the yellow one. Is that good enough? You two make a little... Perfect. Cool. We got the axolotls. Let's just make sure in husbandry, 2x2 axolotl. Perfect. Okay. So with that taken care of, We need to get some other fish. So there is a bucket of salmon. For the record, this is, oh no, it is any of them. I thought it was all. Okay. Well then, I'm going to murder the salmon. Don't really care, but I'm going to murder the salmon. I think we need salmon later, but we're gonna put these guys away. I'm going to put you in there, you in there. And let's just get things kind of taken care of. So we have ocelots now. We need to tame cat variants, but there's nothing major with ocelots by themselves. We need to find a little bit more diamonds as well. That would be nice. Also, I got attacked by a phantom while I was chopping down some trees, so let's go ahead and sleep. So we have a little bit more space. We have ocelots. I would make a drop shaft to the bottom of the world. I'm still debating a little bit how I want to do like a way to get like to the lower levels and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not entirely sure how I want to handle that yet. Because we could like make an elevator type thing. I do know that if I want to do a bubble vader, that is something that's going to have to wait until we get kelp. And I don't know when we'll get kelp, but that is going to make that whole process a lot easier. So that's what we'll wait for. And I think today what we're going to do, while I'm tempted to go down into the underbelly of the caves and search for some diamonds, because that's something we can do to get the cover me in diamonds achievement advancement. It's an advancement. We need to get diamond armor, but I think rather than that, let's go to the Nether and let's try to do some more stuff there. I want to explore a couple more areas in the Nether. We've done a little bit of work there, but there's definitely things that we have to kind of deal with. And I want to see if we can't find anything. So if we look at the Nether advancements, we need to bring a ghast home from the Nether into the overworld and then murder it. That is going to be a bit. We need to enter a bastion, loot a chest in a bastion. We need to get ancient debris and netherite. Traveling 7 kilometers in the Nether, like using the Nether to travel 7 kilometers is not gonna be easy. I don't know how that one's gonna work. Go to a Nether fortress, get a blaze rod. Blaze rod would actually be really, really important. There's a handful of things that we can do with a blaze rod. Namely, we can get potions of weakness, and then we can potentially get a zombie villager. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put some of our gear away. We're going to throw on our helmet. And, you know, let's get new booties. I think that will be fine. That is not the gear. We have plenty of food. Torches. We need our shield. We do not need that, but we do want our flint and steel. Always good to have an extra flint and steel. I don't know why I'm misclicking so much today. I just am. So let's go to the Nether and let's see. Let's bring some more blocks, actually. Let's see what we can get into in the Nether. I'm not too worried about most things. I don't know that the ocelots will despawn. They will. One has already despawned. I just realized there's only 2. So we need to have some fish. I think tropical fish will work. If not, we do have some cod. And I think all we have to do is just breed these guys. But they cannot be in panic mode. They have to, like, come towards me. I just want to just want to feed the ocelots. Alright, well that is unfortunate. Ocelots are a pain to deal with because they do not like you and they will run from you. So I hope I don't miss out on the advancement for Ocelots because I don't know how to deal with them. I know you have to, like, let them come to you, but they changed how these guys worked so long ago. Let's try to corral them into the corner. And see what we can get done. I don't even know for sure if we need to do anything with the Ocelots. I know sneaking is kind of important. He is scared. Yeah, so I'm gonna look at my list real quick. We need to breed Ocelots. So I am going to actually cut for a moment. I'm gonna figure out how to deal with these guys because I don't want these two despawning. And I'm gonna make sure there's nothing else that we need to do with the Ocelots in the meantime. So that's the plan. If I can get them to get into the corner, I can maybe corral them and whatnot, but yeah, Ocelots are not fun to mess with. Hi. So I'm going to herd cats, and I will bring you guys back in once I have something to comment on. Alright, so a little bit of herding cats. It wasn't actually too bad. The Ocelots, so I did research. I went to the wiki, and yeah, there's a lot. Okay. A long time ago, Ocelots were the same as the cats. In the sense that, like dogs, you find a cat in the jungle, you find an ocelot in the jungle, you feed it fish, and then you tame it. And when you tame it, it turns into one of the cat variations that you probably are familiar with in this version of Minecraft. Contrary to how it is now, where it's like the two separate animals. Ocelots are wild. They're actually technically hostile mobs. So I got some boats. I put them in boats. These two should not despawn, but I need more fish if we want to do anything with them. So they're gonna sit down here for a while. They're gonna look at each other and be scared. But yeah, so the knowledge I have on Ocelots is very old and outdated. They have since changed how Ocelots work, and that makes things very difficult for me because I don't know how they work anymore. So a little bit of research was pretty good for me, and yeah, I now kind of know how they work. We're gonna have to tame them, or at least get them into a trusting state. You can't fully tame Ocelots. They are always hostile, and they will always be they always will have a chance to despawn unless you name tag them, which will make any mob not despawn, or if you put them in boats. So just like our pillager friend over there isn't despawned, they will not despawn because they are in boats. So now we are free to go do other things, and we're gonna go to the Nether. I will fish between episodes, and we'll go from there. Ocelots do attack turtles, but only babies, and baby chickens as well, which makes sense. But yeah, so let's go ahead and eat real quick. But yeah, I had to learn about Ocelots. We need to get either salmon or cod to get them to trust us, and then once they've trusted us, they will not run away, and we can breed them. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So I want to go upwards a little bit. We need to figure out what's going on in the Nether. Oh, whoa. That was not good. I forgot that the ladder's not complete. So let's complete the ladder. Obviously, it is still susceptible to gas fire. Not something I want to keep this way, but for right now, we're just going to go up here, and I want to see if we can't get to bedrock level. But we're not going to ladder per se. We're going to get up to about here, and we're going to staircase. Okay, never mind. There's bedrock level. This is good for a couple of reasons. Now, there is some things we can do up here. One, we could... Okay, this is a difficult thing that I've never actually done. We could get through the bedrock. This is a spot that we could probably ender pearl and glitch into the above the bedrock. There is a ton of space above here that we could use if we so wanted to. I don't know that I want to, but there's all the ladders. I don't know if that I want to, but that is a possibility of something we could do. The other thing, let's put the boat. The other thing is we could, there are ways to get rid of bedrock. And I don't know if, yeah, this is what I was worried about. Let's try to murder you. And I don't see anything of note up here. That's kind of... I wanted to get up here so that we could look around. I don't know. I think there is some biomes around, but like for the most part, that's really risky. I'm not gonna fire at this gas. What I will do is build downwards as I'm going, because if I can limit where the gas can see me, that's really all that matters. Okay, so the next thing to do is to dig downwards, and I think how we're gonna do that is just a staircase down. I want to dig down and see what we can find underneath. The lava. Okay, so for one, there is a bunch of glowstone down here. That is nice. Let's just go back like so. And we'll put some railings so we don't fall off. So I just kind of want to see what we can find. I know that I feel like there's a spawner for the hoglins. That was the wrong button. There's a spawner for the hoglins up above. At least that's what it kind of felt like. There goes that pick. That's fine. That's why we carry multiple stone pickaxes. And alright, so we're at lava level. I've seen striders down here. And also, we are not someplace nice and safe. We're actually on a floating bit of lava. But it's not... Okay, that's not too bad. We can turn around and go back down. And then there's more lava. Okay, so this lava pool is fairly sizable. And I don't know where it ends. Okay, this is scary. There we go. Magma blocks. Alright. If I can't hit a block underneath, then we keep walking. It's that simple. But there's some magma blocks. And I just want to dig down as far as we can. Where are we at Y level wise? 29. So there's a lot of lava. More magma blocks. That is actually a good sign. Sorta. There's so much lava. Okay. So we hit another block. Oh, nope. That's not good. I hope we don't die. There is so much lava everywhere, and it's so bad. I'm trying to get, like, underneath. We still burned to death. Our stuff should be there. We did lose all of our levels, though. That is unfortunate. But our stuff should be perfectly fine. I don't think I locked myself in. Just in case we did. Let's quickly make some sticks. And let's get... we should be safe from... We should be safe from piglins. So let's just make a pick and head back in. The only like thing that I have on me that is actually of any value is our Silk Touch axe. So I'm not like super concerned if we lose stuff, but we should be okay. We should be able to get down here without any problems. The only thing I'm worried about is there was probably a lot of lava around us. I hope things didn't glitch. Doesn't look like anything's lost. Just gonna be a pain to get those boots. Alright, so one. Yep, 2 picks. There's that. Our food, our axe, that's important. Our shovel is something, I guess. Looks like we have everything. And yeah, that looks like everything. Cool. Other than our boots. So we should be able to grab those. Okay, so let's break that for a second. And then that won't come any closer. There's so much lava. Okay. We're gonna have to turn. Or something. This is a nice patch of magma blocks. I don't know how useful magma is for us. But did we get beyond the lava? We might have. Okay, so at this point, I don't know if there's anything down here. That is the problem. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to continue getting advancements in the overworld before we can even think about anything in the Nether, because there's nothing here. Like, okay. That's something. That's also rude. We're gonna do the old diamond method of make sure there's nothing around it before you break the block. There is lava. But I don't know, like, how lava. There is lava, but is it... Okay. I have ideas. But hey, this is our first piece of ancient debris. That is exactly what I want to see. Unfortunately, it means we do have to go get our diamond pick and bring it into the Nether. Ow. You know what? Let's just save my feet. Okay. So, is the advancement obtain ancient debris? So, hidden in the depths is a advancement. So that is going to give us a little bit more space. Might also give us something animal-wise. I don't think there's any other animals that I'm like super concerned about. I should probably look up at it. I don't expect to get them yet, but I should probably look up polar bears and see the mechanics of polar bears, just to make sure that like they're not going to spawn in and despawn. That is the biggest concern, because I don't know that we're going to have any other like opportunities to get some of these mobs. I think it's going to be a one and done. If we lose them, if they get murdered, there's a Enderman out there. I don't really care about the Enderman, to be perfectly honest. Right now, anyways, it's not something we need to worry about. But I need to make sure that we don't lose any animals, because we do need to breed them all, and I need to make sure that we can get them all. So let's get our first piece of ancient debris. Now this isn't going to do much for us, other than give us a little bit of space. Yeah, there's so much lava. Okay, we're getting out of here. I am not messing around with lava with this pick on me, because this is a Fortune 3 pick. It is really good. I love it. And we need to get diamonds. So that's, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I'm still gonna put off. Let's put a guardrail. I'm still gonna put off the whole digging a shaft to bedrock from the surface for two reasons. One, that means we have to deal with the ancient city that's down there. I don't really want to do that right now. But also because if we do use a water elevator, we're gonna need kelp. It's a pain to make a water elevator, a bubble elevator, bubble column without kelp, and I don't want to deal with that. I think also that I might add a mod to, and this is all it would do, and I will include it in the description if I add it. But I think I am going to add a mod to make it so that I can see light levels, just mostly for the surface up here. Usually it's a key toggle, and that's it. So we have ancient debris. With 4 of those, we can make our first netherite, and then with many more of those, these guys might also despawn. I would hate that. I'm gonna save them. We'll keep the baby in there, but I'm gonna save those guys. So let's grab 2 water buckets, and I'm gonna do some research and see if axolotls will actually despawn or what, because we still do need another axolotl. We need to fight something, and I think the easiest thing is gonna be, let's get a zombie up here and drown it, and just use this. So we might work towards that as well next time. We'll see. But I'm gonna fish. I am going to get the fish we need for the ocelots. Let's go check on them, make sure they're still there. I'm kind of looking around to see if there's anything in the distance that we've unlocked or anything like that. But yeah, we need to do a lot of work. I'm gonna chop down more trees. Our ocelots are still there. Perfect. And I think next time what we're gonna do, I might also do this a little bit off camera, is go mining, but we'll see how dangerous it is, and I will decide from there. I might bring you guys along, I might not. I might do a little bit of a hybrid. We'll go down together and then see how bad it is, and then I'll go do my thing, get whatever mining done, and I think that's what we'll do next time. So we'll try to go mine. We'll try to get some more resources. We'll try to find some diamonds. Diamonds are the big thing, so that we can get diamond armor. That is another advancement, and we'll just continue on. So I am going to get to work clearing out some more forest, hoping for easy advancements, and we will come back next time and do something. So we'll figure out then. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We have ancient debris. That is step 1. That is going to take a while to do a lot of stuff, but because we need to get a full suit of netherite armor, and I'd like to have at least a sword or something. But we've got a lot of work to do, so I will end the episode off here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!